Yo, it's your boy Logos, and today we're gonna finish off the little series of Pearly addressing MTR, Auburn Preach, and other people in the Manosphere that don't like her and think she'll grift her. This probably be a little bit more interesting after I reacted to the previous Auburn Preach video about her being exposed or whatever. So if you're interested in that, you could check that out on the channel. But let's finish this off and get into it.
So what did I do? I decided, why don't I put out an apology video? Just as a test. I wanted to see, would the mob be happy? No, they never accept your apology. And did MTR backtrack and say, you know what? Given that I have spent this much time with her, I was more than willing to work with her before. I had no issues before. But now when the crowd goes one way, I'm going to go with it. Now let's show another clip that could be taken out of context and make it look like this man is racist against white people.
What are we doing to white people? And I was going to say erasing them, which I agree we are, with every interracial relationship, white people, we're immigrating, they're not having babies, we're erasing them. I thought that's where it's going to go.
We're not erasing them.
I thought the Chinese guy was going to be like, hey,
themselves.
Man, you know what we doing? We bringing our people, we taking over, right? And I was going to celebrate it.
We was about to celebrate it.
Yeah, the future.
The future?
But it is white people's fault.
What is?
Everything.
What are we doing to white people?
White people fault. What is? Everything. That's why I don't, dick ride Auburn Preach, because they say some stuff I agree with, then they say some stuff that I consider nonsense, just like everybody else.
I know, taking the skin and wearing it.
But you know what? You don't do that. Because I know the context. I know he was kidding. But that's what a lot of these reaction channels do. They wait for you to slip up. O'Shea claims to support the black community, yet he constantly goes after organizations that support black content creators. How can you say you're pro-black when, honestly, between me and Fresh and Fit, we employ more black people than you do?
Okay.
So,
all right. See, Pearly on some bullshit here. Just because you employ black people, doesn't mean you're all pro-black or whatever. Because if you're employing them in some nonsense, or you're engaging in some criminal activity, I'm not just saying it because they're black, I'm just saying no matter who it is, if you're doing something shady or something that's not positive or uplifting, or just something that's not detrimental to other people, then you're not pro-black. Like, you can't be doing harmful stuff to people, but then at the same time saying you're pro-black just because you have black people on the same side of you doing it. I don't consider gang members and people like that pro-black because they're killing other black people. I don't consider people that make excuses for those people pro-black because they're making excuses for innocent black people getting killed or black people throwing their potential away. So in my opinion, just because you're pro-black doesn't necessarily mean you're actually pro-black. It depends on the type of stuff you do or the stuff you support. But I don't know, that's just me. Might have fucked it up at the start when I was trying to explain it, but that's how I feel about it.
after the apology video, I said, okay, let's see how brave these men are. So I asked Obsidian to host a debate, and I said, everyone that has had so much to say about me, come on the stream. Nobody showed up. I'm a firm believer that if you truly believe something about someone, you should be able to say it to their face. And all you couldn't even show up to a stream. And you know what? If I was this diehard racist that they think, why didn't they show up? You should want to tell off a racist. Tell me how horrible I am. How could you spend hours and hours and hours listening to me talk, but you can't stand by what you said? And this is the thing about these reaction channels. What's courageous? Courageous is going against the mob. And honestly, a lot of these reactors are no better than the feminists that paint a narrative about men. A lot of feminists, you know, they might take a clip or take a snippet of a story and say, he did this, he did that, he's this. And these goddamn content creators do the same thing. And you could say what I said was inaccurate, maybe insensitive, but to say you questioned my morals? Are you kidding me? And that's the thing. We live in this society where we no longer can give people the benefit of the doubt. And that's the worst part, is that MTR didn't even watch the full video. Even though he met my sister, he spent a bunch of time with me. He came over to see me in London. We shot so much content for him. He still couldn't even give me the benefit of the doubt and felt like he needed to cater to his audience. Do you know who I respect? I respect the content creators that doubled down because they knew me. Anton Daniels, he got a lot of pushback for defending me. Obsidian, he got a lot of pushback for defending me.
She's cool with me. I wouldn't call her a friend, but it is definitely a person that I've had multiple different conversations to. She's added value into my life behind the scenes, gave me some game. I gave her, hopefully reciprocated and gave her some game. We didn't kick it in person. She'd have met my wife.
But they know me in real life. So they know I've been nothing but polite. They know that I do my best to be friendly and kind to people. And they refuse to profit off of me. And I'm not trying to paint myself as a victim. I do very well on YouTube. You guys aren't going to stop me. You're not really going to bring me down. MTR says he's against cancel culture, and he accuses brands of bending to the will of the woke mob. But what did you just do?
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. And I'm going to remain professional. But it just bothers me that companies still will buckle to the whim of this bullshit. Now you guys see the uphill battle in real time that I have to climb, that the content creators in this space have to climb. We've set a whole bunch of firsts in here. One of the first is actually having brands and sponsorship that come down in here and show us respect. And at the drop of a Thanos click, a Thanos snap, they take it away. Why? Because the victims come out the woodwork and say, he's misogynistic. The weaponized term that has nothing to do with my channel. Has nothing to do with my channel, and you know it. I'm disappointed. But it shows the uphill battle that we have to climb.
Because you cannot tell me that you did that in good faith. What happened to good faith? You did that to protect your brand and to build your audience. And you know what? If that's how you want to play it, go do it. But, you know, a lot of people can see through this shit. And the truth always comes out. So you spoke about that, but this is the same way you're bending to the will of your audience. If you go on stream and say that you think I'm racist, go on stream and say that you think that you question my morals.
Select correctly, or if you let someone into your proverbial inner circle before that they have been properly vetted, these are the people that can bring you down to the abyss as well.
Oh, you're right. That I could see how that would happen. And you know what? The worst part is this goddamn thumbnail, because he knows I messaged him. Did I say that? He knows I didn't say that. And that's the thing. If he's willing to do this to me, I would say he was an acquaintance, maybe a friend. All right. If he was willing to do that to me, what's he willing to do to you?
Just keep this in mind as you are creating friendships throughout your life, is that when everything is going good, it's high time for your acquaintances. But when things are not so good, the acquaintances will slowly shift to the back.
Oh, well. How is it not snake behavior to insinuate that I am racist and have bad morals after I allowed you onto my platform? After I paid for so much footage to be edited, cut. Also, I'd like to add, you disrespectfully made a video about me. You disrespectfully put something in the thumbnail and defamed my character and said I said something that I did not say. And you pretended to be concerned about my employees, but you didn't even reach out to them. And you know what? I'm going to disrespectfully post all of the footage that we took, because you know what? Honestly, that footage was fire and I'm making money off of it. And no, you do not have permission to use any clips on your channel. You know what? And I will. You know what? MTR, I'll give you a video. I already know how the reaction channels do it. So I'm sure he's just going to double down, find another clip that Pearl looks like is an ill will. Pearl looks bad. And you know what? I'm sure he's going to find something else to paint me in a certain light. And you know what? That was a pretty controversial conversation, so I'm sure he's going to find it. And you know what? I'll give you a chance. You can come. If you admit you messed up, maybe we can repair this. No, not right now. Not right now. And that's what honestly all these reaction channels do.
Well, I'm a reaction channel, but not just a reaction channel. I still make original content. But even still, like, I agree with Pearly on this. I don't know, MTR just not looking good. If you met her, you met like her sister, you had all these interactions, but you didn't have the, I don't know, respect or I don't know, carefulness to have a conversation with her before you make a whole video about her and say she's this, that, and the other just because everybody else does it. It just looks pretty weak to me. I don't care what your subscribers say, your followers say. At a certain point, you have to be honest with yourself. And if you know she didn't do this stuff or mean this stuff or she's not racist, why would you even, I don't know, keep pushing that along or jump on that bandwagon? I just don't understand it. Maybe she's leaving out information or context, but I watched the Nick Frances video, watched the whole thing, like from beginning to end on Rumble, like months ago or whenever it did drop. So I was curious about it. And after watching it, I didn't see Pearly as racist. I didn't see her as hating black people or any other people. It was just content to me, just like any other one of her videos. And I think that's a better way of going about it. I think that's partially or part of the reason why I can watch like this whole beef or whatever she got going on with Myron preaching wherever else and not give a damn about it, because I don't have no side in this. I don't know these people. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to curb my opinion to just get more followers, subscribers, or whatever. So that's what MTR truly is doing here. And he's not painting the full picture. Then it is pretty weak on his part. But that's just me.
They just pull clips and like they're looking for it. And guys, you're going to start to see it after some point. Also, MTR, I'm asking that you take down all videos of us together on your channel because you don't want to be associated with my platform. So I'm giving you the opportunity to pull all clips because I don't want to have to copyright strike you, but I'm appeasing to your wishes. And if you want to disrespectfully diss me on a video, then I will disrespectfully tell you that we will copyright strike you if you do not remove the videos. And also, guys, we're re-uploading the videos of Nick Fuentes. And if you want to see the full videos and see all of the context, go on to our Rumble. That link is in the description. Another instance that Abba and Preach did this is with Fresh and Fit. So Abba and Preach tried to say that Fresh and Fit laughed at a proud grapist. Charleston Wright. But the reality is he was talking about his past and why people shouldn't take his path. That's what he was talking about on the platform. And that's what they do. Okay. You can have someone on the show that's controversial, that's made mistakes in the past. And if you get along with them, if you're kind to them, if you're polite to them, they try to frame it like you believe what you believe. You support what they support. And these men that all they do is react. They've never brought on guests. They've never done a live in studio. Not well anyway, to the point that anyone knows who they are. They want to tell us how to do it. And honestly, and it's very hypocritical because Abba and Preach have laughed at grape jokes, male grape jokes. And, you know, I could pull a clip from there and do the YouTube blood sport and paint them out a certain way.
Me personally, when I see a girl with like a nice booty, I'm always like, I like you and I want you. And I'm going to have you.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Okay, cut. This isn't working. Someone get this guy out.
No, that's bro. And that's disturbing.
Lee Johnson,
Yeah.
booty warrior.
I don't want to do that, but
But that's a funny ass show. If you haven't watched the Boondocks, man, go and watch it. I probably shouldn't have been watching. I did, but I watched it growing up, and it was hilarious. But even now, older and knowing more context, more knowledge, and understand more the, I guess, more mature jokes, even better. It's just even more of a masterpiece. So if you have not seen the Boondocks, go and watch it, man. Please.
and you know, I understand there's always going to be entertainment value. I understand that, but it's just getting to a point where we're starting to defame people's characters, and I'm just tired of the lying. I'm so tired of the lying. And the other thing that's insulting is a lot of these reactors that are pretending to stand up for my employees are calling them slaves.
The colonial mindset of Pearl has people working on her quote-unquote plantation.
That's why Pearl is a modern.
He was on Pearly podcast before. like I've seen him multiple times on the podcast. So why is he all of a sudden saying that? Maybe it's related to this whole thing she got going on with like her employees pay or whatever. But I don't even know like all the information on that. I just know there's something about it. My girl told me about it. But outside of that, I really don't know. But he has definitely been on her show like a prime member. I wouldn't even call him a guest. Like he's been like a stable figure on her show for a long time, I think.
Day female slave master.
As if
Oh my gosh, you are fine as hell, but you.
That's why Pearl is a modern day female slave master.
Yo, she is fine as hell, but she sound ignorant and stupid as hell. This is why, guys, not everything that look good is good for you. Because that is crazy. A modern day slave master. In my opinion, that is disrespectful to our ancestors because they went through beatings, they went through whippings. Having the conversation is nothing close to anything like that. So what? But come on, man. It's crazy. Just because somebody look good doesn't mean they're actually good for you.
Master.
As if I am a slave master? Are you crazy? Oh my God, are you nuts? How insulting. It's like they're standing up for my employees by calling them slaves. What
Exactly.
You guys are absolutely insane. And again, all of these reactors have never successfully had a YouTube show. And they want to tell us how to do their show. And it's like, if I don't like the way a show is run, I just don't watch it. But all of these reactors want to insert their opinions and tell them how we should have our conversations and in what way we should have our conversations. When it's like, you guys haven't done it successfully. Most of you are small. And none of you have had a live show. That's like me telling you how to clip people out of context. I don't know how to do that. A lot of these YouTube channels, they do it to anyone that's bigger than them. They're just looking for someone big that they can tear down. Like, look at this business guy. He did this shit to Kevin Samuels, the godfather of the Manosphere.
The problem. You see, the problem with Kevin the Perfume Don, let me put y'all up on some manhood for a moment here and some real facts. Because, by the way, he's still repeating this garbage that the average male weight has not increased since 1965. I corrected him about that last year. He's still running around lying and talking about men have only gained 5 pounds since 1969 and women have gained 30. Nonsense. They both gained about the same amount of weight, according to the CDC website. And he's still lying because he has a narrative that he wants to look down on women about. So he just lies about things. And none of y'all who claim you were learning anything, none of you have ever called him up to correct him and say, hey, dude, I can't ride with you telling outright lies to make your point. You can make a point, but if you got to lie to make a point, it's not something worth giving.
And he said that Kevin Samuels was lying in order to tear down black women. Do you know how disrespectful that is? And in this clip, MTR, in this clip, how hypocritical is it of you to say that people should not have formed an opinion on Kevin Samuels without watching his full content, but yet you can make a reaction on me without watching the full video?
What's happening in the world today? I think that with the advent, may he, rest in peace and whatever you feel about him, Kevin Samuels, who he made a whole living off of going hard on us. He made a living.
Did you tune in? Did you listen?
I never, because I wouldn't let that get in my spirit.
Of course.
But my point is, he had a lot of men that I know and respect were following him and listening to him.
I thought that she was a journalist. So as a journalist, she formed her opinion about somebody that she didn't even watch his content? I mean, she just said it. Men that she respect followed him. So instead of trying to understand why you set up a false narrative of him and rebuke him from your life, you simply and utterly cannot make this shit up. Modern women today are conditioned not to care what men think, but are conditioned to only hearing how awesome they are. And that's exactly why most cannot keep us.
And this is the other issue with O'Shea Duke Jackson. He doesn't trust the employees to know if they work for someone or sexist or that hates black women. His words. And yet he thinks that he knows when he doesn't even live in this country. He's never even interacted with us. O'Shea, you've known King Richie's for a couple years now. Why didn't you sign him? You care so much about the black community. And you're the first to critique me, but I did what you didn't want to do. Why didn't you sign him? Now he's having more success than he's ever had. And he's incredibly talented. And he's worked so incredibly hard for that. But you're the first one to criticize me and call me names when I did what you could have done. And I did what you could have done immediately. I've only been, YouTube famous for maybe 6 months. And then I started helping other people. I started signing talent. And I know you've got your network. I know you've got your very mid set. But if you care so much, why didn't you do it? And MTR, what you did to me in the thumbnail was actually wrong. That was so wrong. Stay tuned for posting all the content that MTR do not want us to post because we do not care. And you guys agreed to it and you can't take back your consent. And also, MTR, I'll expect the videos, all videos with me in it down within 48 hours because you do not want to associate with my brand. And I respect that. It's funny because what they're doing to me is exactly what I was talking about in the clip. They're using an atrocity to try to guilt me and try to control me, tell me who I should have on my platform, tell me the way I should run my show, tell me that I am not good to my employees. And that is what these undercover feminists do. I like having people that disagree. I like having all different forms of opinion, and I will not apologize for having somebody controversial on my podcast. You know, I am more than willing in the future. And I would also like to extend an invitation. If somebody thinks I'm misinformed, DM me. Let's get you on the show. Tell me where I was wrong and tell me who I should have on the podcast to correct myself. But it's one thing when you want to correct me or say something's inaccurate, but it's another thing when you go after my character. To everyone that thinks that I was wrong for bringing Nick Fuentes on, to everyone that thinks I shouldn't be able to have guests from the far right or the far left, to everyone that doesn't believe in freedom of speech and bringing on canceled people, I am one of the last remaining platforms that still brings on people that have been kicked off of all platforms, including YouTube. And every day, we fight so hard against cancel culture that we risk our entire platform by having people on. Now, it's crazy because we have CNN, BBC, Piers Morgan. They have the most controversial guests in the entire world on their show. But for some reason on YouTube, you get canceled for having controversial guests on your platform. And I'm young, and I still have a lot to learn. And we're not always going to get it right. But here at Just Pearly Things, we believe in freedom of speech. Here at Just Pearly Things, we believe in giving a platform to those who have none. And here at Just Pearly Things, we are going to continue to have controversial guests on again and again. And to those of you that don't like it, you can kiss my ass.
I don't know. Overall, especially the end, I agree with Pearly. You can have on your show whoever you want, and that's up to you. Like, honestly, the best way of going about with people who disagree with you is having a conversation. If somebody's racist or crazy or whatever, I should go with a debate with them so you can like highlight how crazy they really are. Nick Fuentes isn't an Adolf Hitler as much as people like to throw on Hitler nowadays. Hitler actually killed people. He propagated and enforced a government that led to the deaths of millions and millions of people. Not just the Jews, but the World War led to tens of millions of deaths. And most of that was because of him and his need for power and his crazy ass ideology. The whole point is with Nick Fuentes, if you talk to people like that and debate them, you can see how crazy they really are. And they also won't sneak up on you. You have to worry about some crazy person getting power all of a sudden. If you can debate them and see how crazy they really are before they even get that close, before they even have any basic support that's going to be, I don't know, affecting you in a significant type of way. I don't know, that's my opinion. Since when people just let them talk in the shadows, in my opinion, and a lot of stuff that does affect us, excuse me, a lot of stuff that does affect us happens in the shadows, whether it be government or whether it just be, I don't know, content or anything else that may be impacting our lives. Some stuff isn't out in the open, but if you can get these people out in the open and have these conversations, then we can at least debate them and see how ridiculous they are and not go along with it. Their followers, a lot of people that follow this stuff, in my opinion, they're not smart at all. If you're a racist, no matter what your skin color is, 9 times out of 10, you're stupid. Because if you're going to just, I don't know, quantify somebody or minimalize somebody just based on their skin color, then you're very simple-minded, in my opinion. No matter what your skin color is, you could be black, white, brown, Asian. I really don't give a fuck. Hate racism in any form or coming from anybody because of the fact that if it did happen to you, you would hate it, so you shouldn't be doing the same shit to others. because if it was flipped, you would definitely hate it. So don't do the same shit back. But that's just me. That's what I was saying. And I understand that it seems to be a very minority opinion in this day and age, especially in my generation. But regardless, I'm of the opinion you gotta live with yourself and live with the actions that you made before you have to worry about the world, I don't know, giving their opinion on you. And I think that stuff kind of applies to MTR with them jumping on the bandwagon. If the stuff that Pearly said in this whole video is true. Because from my opinion, the Nick Fuentes interview that she did a month or so ago wasn't that bad. After I watched the whole thing myself without any other people trying to tell me what to think, I didn't see her as racist or anything like that. And I still continue to watch her content every now and then and react to it every now and then on the channel. And that's not going to change after this, after I even preach stuff or any other beef that happens, because I'm all about conversations and what those conversations are about. Even if it comes from somebody I disagree with or they're crazy. Shoot, I react to a freaking black Marxist. So if I could react to a black Marxist and his whole ideology has been proven to kill millions and millions of innocent people, then I can react to Pearly things. So give me a break. It's your boy Logos. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.